Hey, this is Harry for the Growby10 channel. Thank you again for joining me. This is part 2 of Gold and Armageddon. Now let me first address some questions and comments about part 1. Some say that just by investing in gold and precious metals that they don't want the dollar to crash. That could be true for you. But if anyone thinks that most people out there don't want to maximize their profits in spite of the carnage it may cause to others, or to our financial system, or to the real world economy, you're living in a world of fairies and unicorns. And I suggest you stop snorting the pixel dust. You know, if people in financial institutions believe the way that you do, we wouldn't be in this effed up mess we're in. Am I right? You know, let me make something really clear. Rich people, powerful people, people who control millions and billions of dollars, and also thousands and tens of thousands of people's lives, don't think like you and me. They don't see the world as we do. They don't act like you. They don't live like you. They don't eat like us. Their worldview is grossly and vastly different than Joe Sixpack. And this is not a bad thing, because in fact, when we try to raise our standard of living, try to better our lives for ourselves and our families, it's all part of the American dream. And I might add, not only is it the American dream to increase our standard of living and make more money and be more financially secure, more financially comfortable, but at the same time we're doing this, we should also try to raise our level of consciousness beyond just American Idol and Mickey D's. So first things first, don't be in denial about the world of difference between them and us. Just remember that just because you could throw a football doesn't mean that you're in any way, on any level, approaching that of Peyton Manning. But in the end, I want to point out by saying we do have things in common. We have fundamental things in common. Please put in the comments what you think they are. What do we have in common with the rich and powerful? I'm going to talk about this in part 3, but please put your comments below. Back to gold. Gold was in the hands of the weak, and as many say, weak money or weak hands. That's you and me. But now we may be seeing a shift to strong hands. This will push up the price of gold and all precious metals, and at the same time will cause more weak hands to clamor for the metal. Do you know what's going to happen after that? I'm sure you do. Let's talk about this for a couple minutes. In previous videos, I talked about China and their effect on the dollar, and of course that byproduct is the effect on gold. I said that other countries, many other countries, look to China to see what they will say regarding the US dollar, US debt, regarding our financial situation, but more importantly, they're watching what they're doing, their actions, especially with their dollar reserves, because I believe it's approaching or past $1 trillion. As mentioned in my older videos, I'm going to try to link them here, but if I don't, please go search them out on your own. They have been buying gold for many years and wrapping up, especially in the past 4 or 5 years. And then recently they announced this fact, this behavior, and after that gold got a very strong boost, and also a boost in confidence that if gold prices drop to a certain level, we're going to have China to make sure it doesn't go beyond a certain point. Basically a floor on the gold price. I knew from that moment that other countries would be doing the same thing. And guess what? The second most populous country, India, recently said that they've substantially increased their gold holdings. They bought, I believe, 160 tons. Let me tell you this. This action from India, China was a major factor, no doubt. What does this mean? This means further buying, of course, from smaller countries who mimic those of the big boys. Everybody's watching. European countries, Latin America countries. They're watching and will follow the lead of the big boys. Therefore, there is a very strong possible for more upward momentum in gold and precious metals. I could dare say even a possible super spike that could result from these recent events. But let's stop talking about world powers for a moment